You probably know her best from the starring role in HBO's award-winning series that I never miss, Insecure. Actress Amanda Seales has done it all in the entertainment world. She was a child star on Nickelodeon, an MTV VJ, and in 2019, she became the second Black woman to ever have her own HBO comedy special. And that is not all. Amanda has a podcast, a book, a comedy tour, and somehow she found time to earn a master's degree in African American Studies at Columbia University. While Amanda has had many milestones, more than most people have had in a couple of lifetimes, it's her unfiltered takes that earn her millions of fans and a few foes on social media. Take a look.
In my humble opinion, when you have the power to prevent people from hurting others and you don't exercise it, you're no longer a good person. And I know some people might be like, what? That's not true. That is true. There's a lot of men who have it twisted because they think being a provider and providing stability is only related to funds. When in actuality, providing stability to your home is not just about providing financial stability, but it's about providing emotional stability. And so if you think that creating a stable, emotional, safe space in your home is not your responsibility, then baby, you don't need a queen. You need a nanny.
Everyone, please welcome to the Tam Fam, the true multi-hyphenate talent, Amanda Seales. Oh my God, have a seat, George. I saw Amanda behind and I said, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you until you walk out.
It was our wedding day.
Yeah. It was like our wedding day.
Oh my God, look at me.
Speaking of, listening to when you said you don't need a queen, you need a nanny.
Listen, you know what's funny is that, so my man was at the gym and someone came up to him shortly after that video and was like, hey, are you Amanda Seales' man? And he was like, yep. And the dude was like, can you just thank her for that video? It helped me to understand something my wife has been trying to relay to me in a way that I wasn't able to understand from my wife. So thank her for helping us get on the right page. So
that is a good one. You know, I always wonder, like, did somebody say something to Amanda? Because I'll turn on my social media and suddenly I'll see a video. I'm like, what set my girl off?
You know what? Sometimes it's just like, I don't know if it's a higher power or Dumbledore, I don't know, but Gandalf putting the thought in my head, but it's like something just comes from somewhere and it'll just be like, choong, and then, you know, we have these devices now where it just comes out, so.
Well, the theme of this show, it's not me, it's you, right? Because sometimes people, well, did I say it right? Wait a minute. because what we're saying is that so often the world tries to make you change and you say, no, I'm cool with the way I am. If you're not, that's you.
I mean, some days it is me. Like today, it's me. I have an attitude today. So shout out to all my Cancers. I'm in a mood.
Mercury's in retrograde. What is it?
Is it? Mercury,
I don't know.
Mercury be in microwave whenever it wants to, you know? So, but I think, you know, when it boils down to it, if you're a truth teller, what do they always say? The truth hurts. And a lot of people just don't want to receive truths that are going to make them uncomfortable. But we learn that what do we do when we're uncomfortable? We shift.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable in a chair, you shift. So we need people that are gonna make folks uncomfortable because we need to shift, y'all.
What makes you shift? I'm curious. Because I mean, listen, it's one thing to be the truth teller.
Yeah.
What happens when somebody tells you the truth you don't want to hear?
Well, when anything is delivered from a place of love, you got to receive that, you know? I think some people don't understand how to do that, and it's taken me a long time to learn how to let that love shine through and let the compassion be a part of the actual delivery.
Yeah.
I nail that sometimes better than others.
Well, it's so funny because another breaking news story, not funny, but ironic that we're talking about people and how we process truth. You have Kanye West, yay. Big announcement that Adidas has dropped him, along with others, his agent, the list goes on and on. Are you surprised?
At what?
No, listen. Well, because so often companies say they will act, but they don't because there's a lot at risk. I'm not saying you're surprised by his actions. I'm saying by he said online Adidas would not drop him. He said
I think there's a lot of things going on, Tam.
Right. Well, yeah, there are.
There's a lot of things going on. I think there's a certain self-sabotage happening here that may be purposeful. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's also just the reality that this person has for years been saying and doing things that were very problematic, and you know, he just kind of said the wrong thing about the wrong group, and things went completely to another level. I personally feel like he should have been addressed directly a long time ago. But I think because he is a Black person, his anti-Black statements were not taken seriously by other groups that may have more power in those positions. But I do feel like when it comes to companies taking a stand, the truth is that at a certain point you have to say, like, money isn't worth us going along with a degradation of people or also of our brand.
Right. No, it's true. Well, I mean, listen, I don't want to go into the weeds too much, but I mean, we're not Adidas, but both of us took career stands at different points in our lives to say, I'm going to take my brand and do something else. And that's how we first met. We started texting DM, and I said, what are you up to? You're like, Tam, I'm so excited. I've got so many new things ahead of me. With your next chapter, is it as exciting as you thought it would be? Because you got the tour. I mean, you launched like a rocket ship when you bet on yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been really exciting. So I am announcing today that I'm beginning a syndicated radio show with Radio 1.
Yes!
And, you know, I need to say this because so often we are expected to just take whatever is given and fight for what we deserve. You know what? People can show up right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And Radio 1 has shown up right from the beginning. And that means so much for so many reasons. It's a Black-owned company, so that means so much on that level. But then also just as a woman, as a Black woman, as somebody who's been in this business as long as I've been, it's so nice to not have to fight for what you deserve.
Right.
Like,
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I think and to your point, so often you go into these rooms and you're pitching yourself and you're pitching
You're peddling your wares.
You're peddling, and I said this on the show before when I left my prior employer. I said, I will never beg for somebody to keep me on their team.
No.
Either you want me on your team
Baby.
or you don't. And that's in life, that's in
your relationships.
that's in friendships. My friend just sent me a text before I came out. She said she was starting to prune away friends who didn't appreciate her.
Baby, you got to fold a
Right,
friendship.
because if you're
Fold it
always
up.
even convincing your friends of, hey, this, or you're in a relationship. So it just doesn't apply to work, it applies to life. And that's what you're feeling in this work situation now. You feel appreciated.
Go where you're loved.
Go where you're loved.
And also, one of the best lessons I learned very early in life, which has been a jewel and a gem for me in my process, is to know when to pivot. And for me, that is when something goes from being a challenge to a stress.
Ooh, hold that thought, because I want more on that. When things go from challenge to stress. Also coming up, Amanda calls it a cross between an HBCU homecoming and a family reunion and a revival. What is she talking about? We're gonna find out. Amanda's new game show after the break.